Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are up to Laura, another 1100. We have the white pieces and we're going to start with 1 e4. What are we going to get from Laura? Sicilian, beautiful. Love the Sicilian. Especially with black, but playing against it with white is also good fun. Knight f3. Main line is d4, the open Sicilian, and white gives up a center pawn for a flank pawn, but they open up both of their bishops and get some good activity. This is all being played thousands and thousands of times. Okay, and we get a knight off, which I don't really think an 1100 would know. I mean, I guess it's fairly popular. I don't think they would know it beyond this position. Okay, this is all mainline stuff. Okay. I think I'll just develop the other bishop as well. Now, some beginner players may think a move like bishop to d3 is weakening because it's sandwiching the bishop between two pawns. But Daniel Naroditsky points this out a lot in his videos. You can think of a bishop as in a helper of pawns, a helper of bad pawns. And the way that the bishop moves, the diagonal, and the way that pawns move when they take pieces diagonally, they actually add support to each other. Now, we could castle short. Typical Sicilian kind of involves white long castling and black short castling, and then we get opposite side pawn storms. So I want to keep that possibility open. Just push the queen up. Okay. You know what? I think I do like the idea of long castling and getting a pretty dominant d file here. Queen rook battery and some minor pieces. Okay. Tough decision here. I do kind of want to hang on to that dark squared bishop, but I am losing tempo retreating. I think it's worth it in the long run, just because they've got kind of that fianchetto set up kingside. I don't want to be without a dark squared bishop in that situation, so we'll come back. And here I think I want to stop their knight from coming into g4. And f3 is a pretty common move for white in the Sicilian. Alright, and I think it's time to kind of preemptively go for the kingside pawn storm here. If they do end up short castling, even if they don't. Oh, jeez, okay. They were playing really well up to this point. Not really well, but, you know, for the speed run, for the bot run. 12 moves before a blunder. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything here. I don't think they've got anything, it's just a blunder. Kind of disappointing. I am looking forward to having some closer games here. Okay. I think we'll just accept the extra pawn and look to open up things on the kingside. Now, in this position, we would really just love to open things up, trade some pawns off, and just look at our piece activity in the center. We are absolutely raring to go, but you don't have to rush. You know, chess definitely requires a level of patience, and even when you're leading in development and material, you need to prepare your attack. You can't always just go straight in for it. Now here I'm taking note of the x-ray that bishop has in my rook, and if my e-pawn ever ends up moving, it could be problematic. So let's just take it off the light squares and onto the open file. Okay, I'm not sure what that does, but let's push here, create a threat. Take. And black's king is just seriously lacking some safety here. You know, at this stage of the game, you really want your king to be behind some pawns. As you can see here, for me, with white, king is super safe. Their king is just wide open. Okay, where are they weak though? That's the question. Okay, so I think I like the idea of taking the other open file as well. And this is where rooks really are at their strongest. That's a horrible move from black. I don't know what that achieves. I like the idea of going after e6 here. And let's bring the queen across, create the battery. Okay. Now, that's not too bad for us. Just because they're so underdeveloped, I mean, that creates a slight weakness around our king, but it's still so much safer than theirs. Okay, now, I am just calculating rook takes bishop here, just to see if there's a good follow-up. It could win us that e-pawn. I'm not sure that's worth it. Yeah, it probably doesn't work in this situation, but it's one of those moves that you have to train yourself to look for, because there are quite often tactical opportunities, and it's very easy as a chess player to just think, well, rook is worth more than bishop, therefore I won't make that move. And it's one thing the pros do really well, is they don't see material, they don't see chess quite in that way, they see the position. And it's really hard to train yourself to think that way when, I mean, a lot of people when they learn chess just get taught piece material value, and yeah, sacking the exchange is a tricky one. I think what I can do though is just continue putting pressure on it. Alright, and that is fine with us, this trade here. Black gets rid of their bishop pair. Their dark squared bishop was a good piece. So from their point of view, I think that has weakened their position. Also just the fact they're down a piece. You really don't want to be trading pieces when you're down. Okay, now do I want to take that pawn? I think I do. It does win a tempo on the rook as well. Alright, and they just blunder it. Alright, we're up to +6. And pretty good position, I gotta say. Black just has weaknesses everywhere. I think I like improving the position of our knight here. It's a very strong piece on that square. Okay, and the king is on the move. And straight away, you should see some tactics here. That's a fork, picking up the rook, but more importantly, it's a skewer going through to the queen. Now, just wonder if we could actually force mate here. Take the rook with check. King has to come back out, and then we'll pick up the queen anyway. Okay, and we are really starting to cash in here. And you can just see the benefits of being patient. There's probably a mating net here, but let's just keep it simple. Take the queen. Alright. Check. And that is mate. GG. Thank you, Laura. Let's check out the game review. .4% and play like a 1650. And LauraBot only played like a 650, well below her program's 1100. Does kind of confuse me. Chess.com, the way they do this, they program bots to play at a certain level, but then they quite often play hundreds of points either side of that. Anyway. So, a lot of book moves to kick it off. Very well-known position this. Okay. Makes sense. Blunder. Okay, I did consider... Oh! No, I didn't. Not in that position. That just outright wins the queen, doesn't it? Yeah, I should have seen that. That is a big blunder by them. And a big miss by me. And again. No, the queen has some escape squares, but obviously a blunder still, giving away the full knight. Good. Nice. Okay, so we did have a mating net here with the queen sack. Yeah. Kind of tough to see it, but yeah, I'm sure many people would. Again, it's there. All right, beautiful. Pretty easy win in the end. But the games are starting to get a little more exciting, a little tougher. So, next up, we are going to play Sven, another 1100, and we're going to have the black pieces for that one. Okay, thanks for joining in. See you then.